Muy buenas tardes, damas y caballeros. Bienvenidos al Parque La Loma en Tepic, México, para el partido número 19 de la segunda edición de la Copa Mundial Juvenil de Béisbol 5 de la Confederación Mundial de Béisbol y Softball entre las selecciones de México y Túnez. Representando al equipo de México, los jugadores titulares son, con el número 13, Axel Adrián González Lugo. Con el número 12, Jair Eduardo Ochoa Herrera. Con el 56, Manuel de Jesús Armenta Espuma. Con el número 57, Oliva Alejandra Frías Sánchez. Y con el número 19, Etsi Michelle Valenzuela. Por favor, pongámonos de pie, quitémonos el sombrero y la gorra y guardemos silencio para entonar de manera respetuosa el himno nacional mexicano. Con el mismo respeto, escucharemos atentamente el himno de Túnez. Muchas gracias a todos y ahora pongámonos cómodos y disfrutemos de este gran...
Ladies and gentlemen, another game that you wouldn't want to miss. Mexico and Tunisia as they both finish the opening round here in the Youth Baseball 5 World Cup. Mexico looking for a 3-0 finish to stay undefeated, while Tunisia will look to win to look for a spot in the second round. Ladies and gentlemen, there is the Mexico team on the bench, and Tunisia today will be the home team. What's at store? What's at stake for Mexico? A 2-0 start so far in the first two games for them. As we said, Tunisia and Lithuania both at 1-1. Syria, the refugee team from Syria, at 0-2, heading into their last game in this opening round of the Youth Baseball 5 World Cup. Hello friends, this is Tony Alvarez with you on the call for this one, as we've had plenty to talk about in the first day of action, with the teams playing twice in this tournament, and now of course looking here Mexico for an undefeated finish, and Tunisia looking for their second win of the World Cup. Axel Gonzalez to lead things off for Mexico today in their black uniforms, all black uniforms with some green, some red, some white. And here we go. Axel Gonzalez with the first contact there, and the ball skips away from the infielder. And Mexico with a runner already here on base to start the game. For Tunisia, of course, in their red shirts with navy sleeves and navy shorts. Defending here as they are the home team to start the game. The ball there nearly picked up by Malek Bojoui. But for Mexico, it's a quick start with two runners already on base. So a big chance here with a grounder that gets away. The throw to home plate is late. A run for Mexico to start things off after Manuel Armenta quickly delivers. So two runners still on base here for Mexico, and here is Olivia Frias, one of the two girls here today in the starting lineup for Mexico. And pretty much the same situation for Tunisia, with two girls here defending as well. Here's a slow roller, second base side, the ball skips away and a run is in to throw to home, and it gets away again. So two more runs here in for Mexico, an extra base there for Olivia as she scores. Two more runs. It's 3-0 Mexico to start this one, as the ball got away there from Yacine Youssef. Here's Etzi Valenzuela wearing that Mexico hat today, and that ball hit in the no-hit zone, so that's an automatic out. One away here in the first inning, as here is Axel Gonzalez once again started things off with a single. Here's Axel taking his time with Olivia Frias at third. The ball hit up the middle, a run will score, and no chance to get Axel. So he brings another run in. So every Mexican player that has reached so far in this first inning, they have scored. Here is Jair Ochoa. Ochoa with a soft touch just over the no-hit zone. He will get on base. That's another hit for Mexico, and just the one out defensively here for Tunisia. we take another look at that one, just no chance for Joey. And Manuel Armenta again, also wearing the Mexican cap. Of course, that's an option for the players here. The roller near short, the throw to second. No way they were going to get anyone there. As we take a look at it again. So the hit for Armenta. Retired was Gonzalez. That's a line drive caught as Olivia hits it straight to the first baseman, and that is the out. So Mexico scoring 4 times here in the beginning of the first set as Ahmed Zraoua will come to bat for Tunisia. Zraoua, Soui, Youssef, Jeboli, and Jaoui for Tunisia, today's home team for this final game in the first round. They need a win to try and advance. Valenzuela will pick that one up. The throw to first, it gets away. Frias now the throw to second, and there is the tag applied. So there is the out. Ahmed Zraoua retired. And here comes now Amen Soihi. Soihi, one of 3 boys in this starting lineup for Tunisia. Let's remember that you will have to place at least 2 boys or 2 girls in the starting lineup as Soihi singles for the first base runner of the game for Tunisia. That is a rule, and both of these teams are applying it exactly as they have to. A grounder to short, the throw to second safe, so big chance here for Tunisia with 2 runners on and just the 1 out. Amira Jebali to bat now as we see Ochoa creeping in there. There's a liner in there and a hop to throw to third, and they get the force out. The lead runner is retired as Jebali reaches, but now 2 away and runners at first and second for Malek Jaoui. So here's Malek. Time to bat for her, and that is a liner that hits the wall, and that is an automatic outed. Ended up over the fence by rule, as we've said before. The ball cannot either clear the fence or hit it before it bounces in play, so that is an automatic out. And Mexico now to bat in the second inning with a 4-0 lead. Etsi Valenzuela to start things off here in the second. As here we go. Slow roller near the shortstop position. The throw to first by Amen Saoui, and that's an out. So the first player retiring here in the second for Mexico. Axel Gonzalez, he has singled twice. Scored once, and then he was put out on the bases. The player with the number 13 jersey in the back for Mexico, looking to remain undefeated, and he will reach. That is a base hit, a single, and here comes Jair Ochoa. Mexico beating Lithuania to start the U15, the U-Baseball5, World Cup, and then beating Syria in the nightcap after the inaugural ceremony. A soft touch there by Ochoa, and he will reach. So 2 on with 1 away here for Manuel Armenta. As we see home plate official Ludovic Melier throwing the ball there to Armenta. Strong contact there off the hand of Zraoua. A run will score. The ball skips away. And now time called. A run will come in after that. So 2 more runs score for Mexico in Gonzalez and Ochoa. Armenta reaches. And it's 6-0 Mexico here in the second inning of the first set. Here is the very talented Olivia Frias. Just such a force at first base there defensively, and of course offensively also to fear. There's a contact. A run will score after that. The flip to first, and that's an out. But that was the purpose of that grounder towards the right side of the infield. Another run for Mexico as Frias is retired. And here is Etsi Valenzuela once again retired, her first 2 times up in this one. Etsi with a slow roller, and then as we see from the indication from home plate umpire Ludovic Meilier, she stepped on the line as she was hitting the ball. That is not allowed, and that is an out. So 3 more runs for Mexico. They lead 7-0 here in the second inning, and Tunisia will come to bat in the bottom half of this second inning. Here is Rawa. Strong contact towards second up the middle, and no way they were going to get him out. So that's a hit for Tunisia, the 3rd one of the day for them. The first one for Rawa. Amen Soihi now to bat. For Tunisia, they beat Sidia, of course. Dropped their game against Lithuania, and that's a great play by Frias. On the dive there, grabbing the ball and then just touching the base. Retired is Soihi, 1 away as we see her right there. Also with her right foot, just in case, touching the bag on the inside part of fair territory, of course. We'll explain that in a few. A grounder back up the middle. No chance they're going to get anyone. Here's a throw to home plate. It is off. Ochoa just no chance of applying a tag. As now time is called. So 2 away now after we saw Rauer retired. So that's an out, says the officials. A grounder, Gonzalez to first, and that is an out. So the run over there that originally we thought did score, it did not. At the end of the day, it was retired. So that is an out. No runs here for Tunisia, and it's still 7-0. On to the 3rd. Here is Axel Gonzalez. That is what they're explaining there. The manager from Tunisia, Tauhami Aluane. And now here's a timeout, as Tunisia will try and gather themselves after that situation. So just to recap real quick what happened. Yassine Youssef is out by rule. So Youssef out. Zrawa stayed in the game at second. But then, after he stepped off the bag before, in a similar situation from what we saw in the first game today between Puerto Rico and France, before the at-bat occurred, you have to remain with a foot on the base. That did not happen, and that's an automatic out. So the run did not score there for Tunisia. So it's still 7-0. Here's a flip to first, and that is safe. So reaching is Axel Gonzalez as Mexico will try and add on to their 7-0 lead. The crowd in hand. Taking a look at this Youth Baseball 5 World Cup. A few of them for the first time. Many more just here for a second straight day. Taking advantage of the ball hitting the wall after a bounce there and just touching first base for the out over there was Amira Jebali. So that's an out. Ochoa's retired, and here is Manuel Armenta now. Armenta with a runner in scoring position. The contact, third base side, no chance there for Joey. So runners at the corners for Mexico. Here in the 3rd inning, Olivia Frias coming to bat with 2 on. Mexico already up 7 runs. Frias most of the time defensively for her, near the first base side. A soft contact, Frias. She's gonna be out barely, but she produces. As coming to score is Axel Gonzalez. Armenta now to third base, and here's Etsi Valenzuela with 2 away, but a nice job there by Frias, just with a soft touch near the first base side. Just no play for the infielders but to try and put that base runner out, and that's what happened. And here's a roller to short, and the ball gets away from Jaui, and now a run scores. That is safe at first. So that's another run for Mexico. It's 9-0. Etsi Valenzuela reaches now. And here's Axel Gonzalez once again. 5th time up for him. 2nd and 3rd inning. As once again, over there from the Tunisian side, they are looking for an explanation, but that was pretty clear. So here is Axel with a runner at first. The ball just skipped away from Jabali. That's a strong contact, but over there grabbed on a line drive by Sauhi. So that is an out. And that's the end of the top of the 3rd for Mexico. As Malek Jaui will come to bat for Tunisia, down already 9 runs. 9-0, Mexico on top here in the 1st inning as they are looking to remain undefeated. A line drift caught there by Ochoa. 1 away here in the 3rd. 2 times for Malek. Up to bat and 2 outs. Ahmed Drawa now. 3rd time up for him. Strong contact up the middle. He's got to reach on a single. So 1 on, 1 away. Mexico up by 9 here in the bottom of the 3rd. Mexico in Group A with this Tunisia team. Here's a throw to second, and that is safe. So another runner for Tunisia as they try to climb back. It's very important for them to try and win. Lithuania also at 1-1. Syria at 0-2. Here is Youssef. Soft contact. Ochoa catches it. A throw to second, and that's a double play. Zdrawa is retired at second. Youssef with a soft contact, but right where Ochoa was at. That's an out. And now Mexico to bat in the 4th. As you take a look at that one, a great heads-up play by Ochoa. Mexico will try and put this game away. If they can get 1 more run, they will be 3 outs from winning the 1st set. Here's Ochoa. Tough one there. Ricochets off Saui. So Mexico with a leadoff man on here in the 4th inning for Armenta now. The strong Armenta, we know that most of his contacts, very hard hit balls, as we see right there. The throw to second, and Ochoa safe at second. 2 on for Mexico and nobody out. Let's remember that the players must stay on the base at all times after they reach there, especially before contact gets made by the batter in the box. Frias with a slow roller to third, and the bases are loaded. Olivia was just trying to move the runners, and if she could reach, that would be extra. Well, that's exactly what happened, as you see there. Jaui having some trouble there on third base. Here is Etsi Valenzuela. Big spot for her. Soft contact first base side. That's an out, but a run scores. So again, Etsi in essence kind of sacrificing herself there to bring a 10th run for Mexico, and now she also moves 2 runners up in scoring position. Here comes Axel Gonzalez now. Gonzalez, strong contact there, up the middle, the throw to first, that's an out, but another run scores. So Armenta comes from third, Axel is retired, 2 away, but 2 runs in. As now Olivia Frias is at third as we take a look at the replay there. 11-0 Mexico. Here's Ochoa now. Up the middle. No chance to get him. Frias scores. Ochoa reaches. Add one more. It's 12-0 as you see the defensive alignment there for Tunisia. Top of the fourth, 2 away. Mexico 3 outs away from securing the first set. Armenta, another strong contact. The roller there taken by Jaui after bobbling it. And here is Olivia Frias. Mexico already up 12-0 here. 2-0 in Group A. The host nation. The defending bronze medalist. As that's a roller to first, and Frias is retired to end the top of the fourth. Now Mexico looking to secure that first set here defensively with a 12-0 lead. They could still allow a couple of runs, but if they get those 3 outs before Tunisia can score a third run, they will still end it here in 4. Amira Jabali with a line drive caught by Etzi Valenzuela for the first out here in the fourth. Heads up play by Etzi. That was not easy as she had to move towards her right. As you see there, momentum carrying her towards the line, but making the grab for the out. Malek with her ground ball. Gonzalez could not take it cleanly. So Malek Jaui now with a single here in the fourth for Tunisia. Here comes Samed Zraoua, the leadoff hitter for the home team in this game. Soft touch there, third base side. Valenzuela, the strong throw to second, save. So Zraoua reaches, and here is Amen Sauihi. There's the contact off the deflection. Frias, but a great job there by Armenta assisting Olivia. And they get the out. Retired is Sauihi. Boy, what a play there by Armenta. It was tough. Olivia just could not hold on, but what an assist there by Armenta. And now there, the throw to first. And ladies and gentlemen, Mexico secures the first set. No runs allowed. And now for Mexico, a 12-0 victory here in this first set. 4 times they scored in the first, 3 more in the second, 9-0 with 2 more runs in the third, and then 3 more in the fourth. So it's 12-0 to end things here in this first set. For Mexico, as we said, they will try to finish this first round participation undefeated after they beat Lithuania and Syria. As Tunisia to start their Youth Baseball 5 World Cup, they beat Syria. And then they lost to Lithuania. Both of those games were played in straight sets. Of course, Lithuania dropping their game against Mexico to start their scheduled, and then beating Tunisia, so they will end against Syria. How big is this for Tunisia? They need to win, and of course hope for a helpful Syria game. The refugees from Syria, of course, a huge part of this Youth Baseball 5 World Cup, as they are participating here in Nayarit in the 2025 edition of the Youth Baseball 5 World Cup. Let's remember that Mexico, back in Turkey 2 years ago, they were bronze medal winners in the first ever Youth Baseball 5 World Cup. So now, being the host nation for this tournament and the second ever Baseball 5 World Cup, of course, the Senior World Cup that had the first ever edition of that tournament. It was played in Mexico City. That was won, of course, by Cuba, as Cuba has won every Baseball5 World Cup at the senior level and also the youth level. Well, this will be very important for Mexico to try and earn some hardware at home after winning the bronze medal 2 years ago at this youth Baseball5 tournament. As we are getting ready for set number 2 for Mexico, some changes as we see now in the lineup. Jesus Espinosa leading things off for Mexico. Then also coming Mia Franco, batting second, and batting third once again is Jair Ochoa, the first 3 players for Mexico. So here's number 34, Jesus Espinosa, reaching to start the second set as Mia Franco comes up to bat. This time for Mexico, 3 girls playing in this one. The soft touch there, but it bounced off the no-hit zone, so that's an automatic out. And here comes Ochoa to bat. As now a discussion there with Jesus Sandoval, one of the coaches for Mexico, trying to get some clarification on that play. But as we've told you, the ball has to bounce in front of that line, and where home plate is, in that area before the line, that is the no-hit zone. If the ball bounces there first, it will not count. So here comes Jair Ochoa. Ochoa with a ground ball, the flip to second, safe, so 2 on here with only 1 away for Abril Martinez. Mexico trying to jump in front of Tunisia also here in the second set, as we saw in the first one after they secured a 12-0 first set victory. Best of 3 will get a win in a game here. That ball bouncing all the way towards the wall. Looking for a play at home plate, no chance. Everyone advances a base, and Mexico takes the 1-0 lead here. So Mexico a run up early on in this one. Etsi Valenzuela now for Mexico once again. The flip to second, that's an out, but Ochoa scores. Martinez to third. So a productive out here by Etsi Valenzuela. 2-0 Mexico here in the first. And here comes Jesus Espinosa. Second time up already in the game here. Strong contact back up the middle. A run will score as he will reach. Add 1 more to the scoreboard. It's 3-0 now. It's important to score early enough, and not that teams cannot come back to win. But yesterday we saw that game between Spain and Korea. They came back in the third set as the throw to second gets away here, and now runners are at the quarters for Mexico. Now the runner at first reaches all the way to second as no one was covering. Mia Franco answering the call, and here is Jair Ochoa now. As Spain were down 3-0, and they came back to win it 4-3, but if you can score early enough, then you can put teams away and get W's. Back up the middle. A run will score. No chance to throwing anyone out. Time was not conceded there as a runner from second came all the way to score. So as Ochoa reached 2 more runs for Mexico, it's 5-0 now early on. Abril Martinez coming back into the batter's box as she singled and scored her first time up here in the first. Abril up the middle again, the flip to second, and this time they will get the out or not. No, the foot was off the back. Boy, such a frustrating play there, as you can tell by the way that, in that case, Amira Jebali was just rubbing her hands in her face. We'll take another look at it. Right there, it seemed that was the out that ended the inning. Well, not the case. And Mexico looking to add on again. As now Etsy reaches. Another run for Mexico, and 2 on here for Jesus Espinosa. Espinosa with a strong contact off of Tunisia player. And now scoring is Abril. Boy, this first inning continues. Just an offensive explosion for Mexico. It's now 7-0. With 2 away still. And with 2 away, Mexico has scored 4 times, and they have 2 runners on base now. After deflection there off the wall, just no chance, and the bases are loaded. Now the throw to home, safe is Valenzuela. So Mia Franco delivers as well. 8-0 the score. Look at it again. It seemed that the ball was right there, but defensively just nobody covering home in time. And now here's Jair Ochoa with 2 on. Still 2 away, but Mexico just all over Tunisia in this opening inning in the second set. The contact there, just no chance. Nobody covering home, and Espinosa will sprint his way over there again. Add 1 more. 9-0 now Mexico, and Tunisia's having a hard time getting that third out. As you see right there, the number 19 player, Yassine Youssef, trying to calm everyone down there. The ball just off his hand in that grounder. Abril Martinez coming to bat for a 3rd time in the inning. 3 hits and 2 runs score for her. That one a bounce to first, and they get the third out finally. They leave 2 runners on, but Mexico scores 9 times here in the first inning. So some changes also for Tunisia. But staying in that leadoff position is Ahmed Sarawa in the lineup. Bochala to bat 2nd. And Yassine Youssef 3rd, the first 3 to bat. Here's the throw by Ochoa, but that ball hit off the wall, so that's an automatic out. So if the ball hits the wall first before it bounces in play, or if it clears the wall, there's no such thing as a home run like that. Of course, you can get an inside the park home run, but highly unlikely. Valenzuela not fielding that one cleanly. So that's a hit. So a runner on here for Yassine Youssef. Strong grounder there. The flip to second, and they get the out. That's a big out, getting the lead runner. So 2 away now as Youssef reaches. Here's Amira Jebali. Jebali with an interesting technique, but there's a flip to second, just kind of slapping the ball there and completing the out. Nice play by Abril Martinez. And now Mexico moves on to the second inning with a 9-0 lead. So they leave a runner on. That's the end of the first. As we move now to the second inning. Mexico looking to add on after a 9-run first. Here is Etsy Valenzuela. Single and scored in one of her 2 plate appearances in the first inning. Mexico dominated the first inning. They scored 4 times in the first set, and now 9 times here in the second. Of course, that 4-run first in the first set was part of a 12-0 first set win. You're looking for more in the second inning of this second set. Not satisfied with 9. Valenzuela here to bat. Soft touch there. Throw to first, and they get the out as Etsy ends up in the ground. Looks to be okay. There is the first out of this second inning. Jesus Espinosa now. Off the player, and he will reach. Strong contact by Espinosa. And here's Villafranco now. Mexico, of course, looking for that 10th run that would eventually end the game in 4 innings if they were to get those defensive 3 outs and stay with that run differential, as that ball is caught on a liner. Nice job there by Zrawa. That's an out. So 2 away now, and here is Jair Ochoa. Mexico with 2 outs in the first inning. They scored 6 times, excuse me. So no guarantees here that Tunisia could escape. That one is caught on the fly. What a play! Unbelievable play by Yassine Chaturu. Chaturu coming in for Youssef. So it's Yassine Chaturu after Youssef played the first inning. So that is an out, and that's the second inning for Mexico. Here comes Tunisia, and already a quick out here. Delivering fast, the Mexico defense. So we take another look at that one. Ochoa with the throw on a bounce to first. And completing the out there with Abril Martinez. Another ground ball to Ochoa. He cannot field it cleanly. So Zrawa reaches now as he is at first base. Puchala with the runner at first. Tunisia trying to create something. Chaos there. Espinosa could not get it. The throw to third now, and it sails away. So Tunisia will score their first run here, not only in the set, but also in the whole game. So Puchala now reaches. Scoring is Sraya, and here's Chaturu for the first time with a great defensive gem in the top of this second inning. The grounder to Espinosa, and the flip to first for the out. So 2 away, and a runner there staying at second. The beautiful Youth Baseball 5 World Cup, such a fast-paced game, such a fast-paced tournament. So glad you're with us here, as there's a flip to first to end the inning. However, the home team for this game, Tunisia, scores, trying to cut that deficit even more as the game will progress, but Mexico has a 9-1 lead. Here in the top of the third now, as Abril Martinez will lead things off. Some time called now, as one of the Tunisian players is taking care of her sneakers there and tying the shoelaces, and now we are set to continue here in this third. For Mexico, of course, they will try and end it early, as Martinez hit there is caught on a line drive, so that's a quick out. And here's Etsi Valenzuela now for Mexico. Etsi raises her hand and gets set. There's the roller, and Zrawa with a good throw to first, but over there cannot field it cleanly is Jawi. So Mexico with a base runner here. Jesus Espinosa, we've seen his contacts in this game. Very hard, strong balls all over the field. Let's see here. There's another one up the middle, trying to get the lead runner out, but the ball squirts away. So another hit for Mexico as they reach 14 in the game now. Here's Mia Franco. A lot of talent in this squad. A slow roller and a good play there with a throw to first, so they get an out. But the runners advance. As you take a look at the replay, just no reason to throw hard to first, just a nice, soft flip to first. Here's Jair Ochoa, who has played in this game since the beginning, also in the first set. The roller that gets away, and no chance, another run scores, and now caught up between first and second is Ochoa, but now a second run will score. So both Espinosa and Valenzuela score. Ochoa at first, Mexico on top by 10 here in the third. Abril Martinez now to bat for his second time in this third inning. Here's Abril with a ground ball. First base side, impossible to get an out. Now the throw to third. No, just flirting with that idea. Over there was Jabali. So reaching was Abril. Here comes Etzi Valenzuela with runners at the quarters. Mexico already up by 10 here in the third, in the second set. That ball bounces in front of the shortstop position, but they get the flip to second for the out. So a fielder's choice there. Out was at second base, the base runner for Mexico. And that is it for the third inning, but a couple of more runs as Mexico will look to keep that differential for now. Of course, if a team, as we've talked about throughout the day, scenarios have presented themselves for you, so we can explain this rule, as that one is also caught on a line drive. Armenta just loses it, and then the wild throw to first will give Bujari a base. If a team leads by 10 after completing the fourth inning with 3 defensive outs, that is it for the game. Mexico up by 10, but we are in the third, so they will need for this score to keep as it is, as now another base is granted there to Bujawi. And here comes Strawa. Ground ball, the throw by Espinosa to first save. So Strawa reaching, and runners at the quarters now. Nobody out here for Tunisia. Espinosa with the ball, but that is an out. So Buchana's out. One away. The ball hitting, of course, in foul ground. Here comes Chutaro with a ground ball to second. A run will score here. That is safe at second, so Tunisia little by little trying to climb back in this one. Still with some runners on base. Just the one out and 2 runners on. Amira Jabali. Line drive caught. The throw to second, nearly doubling up. There's Rawa. So Amira Jabali out. Did they double up Zraoui? Yes, they did. As we see there, the out. Boy, just by a hairline. The double play. So a run here for Tunisia, as Mexico will try and get that run back here in the fourth. It's 11-2 the score in the second set. Indications there by the head coach, Tuhami Aluan, by Tunisia towards his players. As Chutaro also looking for some guidance there on the field. Spinoza there with a ground ball that ricochets off the right leg of Buchala. So to start the fourth, Espinosa reaches first base. Here's Mia Franco. Mexico oh so close from ending the first round undefeated. Stepping on first, a bit late over there is Bujawi. So 2 on for Mexico with nobody out. The attack continues as it has been since the first batter of the game. Mexico dominated the first set, 12-0, leading here 11-2. Armenta, that ball is in play, but the tag applied there at third, so taking advantage, Buchala, of the bounce there off the wall, applying the tag, so Espinosa's out, reaching is Ochoa. So runners at first and second now for Abril Martinez. Abril waiting for some instructions from the Mexico bench. There's Abril with the ground ball near the second base side. And the bases will be loaded as Mia now thinking of running towards home plate, but staying at third as Etsi Valenzuela comes to bat with 1 out. 11-2 the score. So a change there for Mexico now, as is Frias coming to bat with probably this in mind, kind of sacrificing herself. So a great job there by Olivia Frias. As we saw in the first set, Olivia with a soft touch towards the other side of the field, so a run could score. So yes to await, but the 10-run differential is right there, and Espinosa with a strong contact, the throw to first, safe, and another run scores for Mexico. Nobody's covering second, so Espinosa will take off. So Ochoa scores, Martinez the third. Strong contact as well there. So add one more, it's 13-2. Here's Mia Franco. That ball will sail over the wall, and that is the third out of the fourth. But Mexico scores twice. 13-2 now the score, and now they are 3 outs away from securing the second set and the victory. Interesting as Olivia Frias steps in to this game for Etsi Valenzuela. She will take third base, keeping on first base Mia Franco. Slow contact there, the throw to first, and Mia bobble set. She could not get the out. So reaching Smalek Bujai as Ahmed Rawa comes to bat. Trying to extend the game. A line drive caught! And now Abril Martinez steps on first, and that's a double play. What a play by Abril Martinez, catching that one on a line drive and then just steps on the bag for the out. 2 away here in the fourth. Buchala with a ground ball. Armenta to first. She is safe. Boy, what a play there by Abril Martinez. As Chutaru will come to bat. Mexico 1 out away from a victory and from remaining undefeated here in this one. Chutaru with a grounder off Armenta. So another base runner here for Tunisia. Amira Jabali now, trying to at least score 2 runs here to extend the game and have a chance. Armenta, the flip to third, and that is the ball game. Ladies and gentlemen, Mexico with a commanding 13-2 set win for them. And just like that, they finish this first round undefeated. The first set for them 12-0, the second set 13-2, and they finish their group stage participation undefeated, 3-0. They beat Lithuania in their first game. They beat Syria in their second game last night. And here, just dominating Tunisia to get the win in straight sets. Mexico beating Tunisia then. As we said, final scores. First set, 12-0. Second set, 13-2, as both teams paying their respects in the center of the diamond. Stay with us. Flip it over to what's going on right now in field one, as Spain and Kenya are battling. And please stay tuned for the rest of the action of the second round as we start that later on today, live and free all around the world on the WBSC's YouTube channel. I'm Tony Alvarez saying so long for now. Final score, Mexico wins it in straight sets, 12-0 and 13-2 over Tunisia, and they finish on top of Group A undefeated, moving on to the next round here in the Youth Baseball 5 World Cup from Nayarit. So long for now.